In today's video, I'll be going over how expensive some of our LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars sets are, and spoiler alert, some of these are absolutely insane. Let's get into it. So welcome back everyone to another episode of the 10 Expensive Sets You May Own series, and today we're going over Clone Wars sets. There's over 50 of them, so I'm thinking I'm going to break this up into maybe 2 or 3 different videos throughout the next month or two. But yeah guys, we got 10 going on in this video. I did Clone Wars minifigures earlier in the week, so definitely go check that out. I'll leave a link to it at the end of the video. Real quickly guys, as always, I want to say every price in this video is based off of bricklink.com in the USA market. I personally live in the USA, and a lot of my audience also lives in the USA. That's why every price will be based off of that. So if you guys live in a different country, if you guys shop on other websites, you guys might be able to find a little bit of a cheaper deal here and there. But without further ado guys, let's get on to number 10. So starting off guys with number 10, we actually have a set here that a lot of us might have forgot actually existed. We have the LEGO Star Wars 7680, the Twilight set. This came out in 2008, retailed for $100, and yeah, this one right here guys, again, a lot of people don't really talk about it these days. In my opinion, a pretty forgettable set, I think, and you know, a lot of people don't really have this, I feel. This is personally a set that I really do enjoy. I think this really brings back that nostalgic Clone Wars feel. And if you guys would like to get that Clone Wars nostalgic feel, it'll basically be setting you guys back about $200 used right now and about $400 new. So, you know, I feel like $200 used is pretty fair for it. You know, the minifigure is nothing too crazy. The Rod of the Hutt minifigure in there is actually about a $30 minifigure. But the other three, actually the Ahsoka's up a little bit right now. Ahsoka's up to about 15 bucks right now. But the Anakin and R2-D2 are only like, you know, $3-4 bucks each. So, you know, on the used market, you're really not paying for too much other than just the set. But, you know, $400 for that sealed premium product is definitely pretty insane. Let's get on to the next one. Alright guys, moving on to number 9, another set that I feel like a lot of us probably forget even exists. We have set number 7751, the Ahsoka Starfighter and Vulture Droid set. Also came out in 2008 right here. Retailed for only $40, and pretty crazy I think, because look at these prices on the aftermarket. We're looking at about $150 used right now, and another $400 new condition set, you know, sealed in the box. Every new price in here is sealed in the box, and we're looking at $400, which that is literally 10x what it's worth. You know, back in, you know, when it came out in 2009, and that is absolutely insane, guys. This is one right here where I really don't see why it's worth so much. It had to have had a limited run, and let's actually see how long it was on shelves for. It was on shelves for a whole year, so kind of a short lifespan, you know, compared to some of these other sets nowadays. But there's really nothing too crazy in here. You know, the astromech droid is the only thing that's basically unique in here. And then, I mean, sure, the sticker sheet for the actual Starfighter itself, but that's pretty crazy. You know, this is definitely still one I need for my collection, and it looks like I'll be getting it used, that's all I can say. Alright guys, moving on to the next one. Another one, I'll say this again, that I feel like a lot of us probably forget even exists. We got set number 8037, the Anakin's Y-Wing Starfighter. This came out in 2009, retailed for $60, and the aftermarket price right now, what it's going for, is basically about $150 used right now and about $250 new. And the $250 new is a very kind of like low price for what it's actually worth. There's 2 sellers right now in between $250 and $300, which those guys kind of came out of nowhere, since for a long while there, this was actually a $300 to $400 sealed set. I know that because I've actually wanted this set for a long time. As you guys know, I'm a huge Anakin fan, so I've wanted to pick this up for you know, basically the last like 5-6 years I've had money for it, and I've never been able to justify it. And again, this is another one of those sets where I'll probably have to end up buying it used because you know, the current market price is pretty crazy. Let's get on to the next one, guys, and see if it's even crazier. Alright guys, so speaking of crazy prices, let's move on to this one right here. We've got set number 8039, the Republic Venator. This one came out in 2009, retailed for $120, so actually a little bit more than I thought. I always thought this was only a $100 retail set, but $120 retail, and let's talk about these aftermarket prices right here, guys. Absolutely nuts. We got $350 used right now for all minifigures included, and then $700 new, and that's on the low end. If you try to get one of these on eBay sealed, you'll be pushing that north of like 900 bucks for it. So about $700 to say $900 for a sealed one, and again, that's just actual straight up, you know, price, not including, you know, a set like this is going to cost every bit of $20-25 to ship it. You guys are paying tax on top of that, so on a set like this, even if you were to get it for $700, you'll still be end up paying about $750 to like $780 actually out the door, which is absolutely friggin' nuts. That's all I can say. Very fortunate, very, very fortunate. I just picked up a used copy of this, only missing 1 clone trooper. I picked it up for, I believe, $110. So, very nice, you know, deal I got. I'm actually gonna be building that on live stream here in a couple weeks from now. Once I finally get my act together and start streaming again, we got that set. I have to clean it first. I'm gonna wash it really quick and then I'll build it. But nonetheless, guys, speaking of crazy, that was definitely a crazy price right there. All right, guys. So for the next one, let's swing a little bit closer back down down to reality right here. We got set numbers 9525, the Pre-Visualist Mandalorian Fighter. This one came out in 2012, actually, so a little bit newer. Retailed for $50. And the main driving factor in this set, of course, we all know by now, is Pre-Visual himself. So looking on the aftermarket, if you guys want Pre-Visual included, of course, you guys will be paying roughly $250 used and about $350 new, which, you know, this is something I don't say too often, but actually buying a sealed copy of this set, if you guys wanted to buy it, build the actual set, keep Pre-Visual unassembled in beautiful condition, you know, that Pre-Visual itself is worth about $300 of that $350 value. So you guys are pretty much getting the ship itself and the other minifigures for about $50, and you know, all brand new condition, of course. So surprisingly, that's one of those you know, rare occasions where that's actually worth it to just kind of buy a sealed rather than used. Alright guys, next up we got another kind of fan favorite of mine right here. We got set number 7674 V19 Tour. It came out 2008 for $55 retail, kind of an awkward retail price, but right now in the aftermarket, guys, it's going for about $150 used and about $350 new. Again, nothing too crazy going with it, only 2 minifigures in there, worth about 15-20 bucks, you know, altogether. And I was very fortunate. I've actually got a sealed copy of this one that I got back at Brick World 2015 for $90 sealed. So seeing the fact it's actually $350 new right now, I can't complain, but I feel like $350 is a little overpriced. I'll openly admit that. I definitely think, you know, really the only driving factor of that price is kind of nostalgia and just kind of the overall fact of, you know, scarce on the market right now, but there's that. So moving on to the set that I'll always consider the Superior Republic Fighter tank, we got set number 7679, came out in 2008, retail for $50. You know, just like the last set, there's really no crazy minifigures in here. You know, the minifigures are only worth about 20-25 bucks themselves, so nothing too crazy in that regard. It's just kind of got nostalgia and, you know, scarcity on the market. And, you know, this set's going for about $120 used right now and about $350 new. So roughly the exact same as the V19 Torrent, actually. And, again, I think this set will always be superior. You know, people can say it's a little overscale, you know, a little big. But I think this is just the prime classic of, like, this is what, like, 2008 Clone Wars Lego sets, like, were. Like, this is literally just perfect, in my opinion. There's that one, guys. Alright guys, moving on to another one that is very rare right now, and a lot of us probably forgot even exists. We got set number 7868, Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. Came out in 2011, retailed for $40, and the big thing about this, it was exclusive to Walmart only, so a little bit harder to find back then. You know, again, I was very fortunate to get this back in the day, because as of now, it's going for about $200 used and about $300 new. As you all know, guys, the tactical droid is pretty much the driving factor of that price, being about, you know, a $60 to $100 tactical droid as is. But without further ado, guys, let's move on to the top 2, which are I think personally probably the all-time classics for the Clone Wars wave. Alright guys, moving on to the most classic and nostalgic Clone Wars set I think ever, being set number 8014, a Clone Walker Battle Pack. Came out in 2009, of course, retail for $12. That's what Brickset's telling me, but leave your comments down below. I thought it was $10 retail. Was this not a $9.99 Battle Pack still back in 2009? But this one right here, guys, nonetheless, going for about $50 used and about $70 new. You know, buying a used one, you're pretty much just buying the clones and a few extra pieces. You know, the Clone Walker Battle Pack itself, you know, the actual build I really do like. You know, it's very nostalgic, of course. You know, I'll definitely never use it on like a serious mock I'm making, but nonetheless, guys, this was the true definition of a battle pack. And you know, looking back, if they had this on the shelf now, I think every single one of us watching right now would go out and buy 50 of them tomorrow. And, you know, I think all of us would probably open up a credit card, you know, with a $5,000 limit, max out the credit card, you know, make our clone army have 50,000 clones, and just never pay the card back and be in debt for, you know, the next 80 years, because we all want that big clone army. At least I know I did back when I was, you know, 9 years old. And, yeah, guys, so the most nostalgic Clone Wars set I think ever, you know, this one, but let's move on to the first one, guys, which is definitely the most expensive Clone Wars set ever. And moving on to number 1, guys, the most expensive Clone Wars set currently right now in the aftermarket, being set number 10195, the Republic Dropship with AT-OT Walker. Came out in 2009, retail for $250, and all I can say is they definitely just don't make these like they used to. I mean, literally, guys, imagine going into your Lego store right now and seeing this on the shelf. I mean, I would probably faint. I would faint if I walked into the Lego store and saw this was only $250. Again, rose-tinted goggles, you know, looking back, you know, this stuff was kind of pricey maybe for back in the day. You know, we didn't really have a full grasp as to how expensive Lego can get. And say a lot of us were a lot younger. Again, I was only 8 years old when this set came out. So, you know, it was a lot harder for me to, you know, spend $250 back in the day. That's why I did not get it. But, you know, looking back, I mean, some of us with adult money now, $250, I mean, that's literally like, look, here's my debit card, you know, chip $250 out of there, and let me get out of here and go home and build this, because this set is insane, guys. If you guys don't have this set yet and you guys would like to buy it now, the sad truth is it will set you back about $1,100 used and roughly $2,500 new. So again, about a 10x right now on the sealed market price, you know, $250 and a $2,500. And you know, you guys can get the occasional if you guys don't want the clone troopers, if you guys don't want the sticker sheets, if you guys want a couple missing pieces. There are a few listings on eBay and Bricklink where you guys could pay about probably $700 to $800 and have a little bit of work to do with it, you know, on top of it. But if you guys want 100% condition with all the minifigures, you know, with the sticker sheet included, you know, or the stickers included on the parts in nice condition, you guys will be pushing every bit of a little above $1,000 to about $1,200. So nonetheless, guys, that's pretty crazy. Huge shout out to Michigan Bricks from Brick World. I met him over in person. He sold me a copy of this for $699, used condition. Pretty good condition. I think that, you know, I built it and there was only like, you know, 4 or 5 pieces in kind of, you know, weird condition. I believe 1 crack on a clone, but I do have one of these personally built, guys. I did a live stream building it a couple months ago, and this was definitely an experience, guys. I've actually got the AT-OT up there. I don't think you guys can see it in the camera frame, but this one right here is this is a true classic, I think. So that's basically all, guys. Let's close off the video. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This was a very fun one to make. It was a long awaited. A lot of you guys were asking for this one, and me looking at these prices right now makes me just wish, like, even if I didn't have the money back then, I wish I could have convinced my, you know, my mom, my dad, my brothers, everyone I knew that was older than me with money. I wish I could have convinced them all to put, like, you know, $2,000 in the Clone Wars sets and then, you know, wait on them for 10 years and just sell them, because these are insane. Again, you know, nostalgia sells. A lot of us now that were kids back then, you know, are adults now, you know, we want to go back and get our childhood sets, and, you know, we have to pay for it now. So that's just the sad truth, but nonetheless, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.